Hello everyone, tis a medicine here, and I am here to kind of explain the rundown on the Oracle Council. It was a very brilliant concept that the spirits had uh, brought to me, and I am very humbled and very happy that they decided that we would go with this concept. Um, the idea of the Oracle Council is to have one reading in which brings together all the zodiacs of the astrological, the 12 zodiacs of astrology, the 12 different zodiacs, and as well as three guides that will help throughout the month. And this is a monthly reading. We come together. They come together once a month. I work with these oracle cards throughout the month for various reasons. Four of them, the first four here, are meant to work with the different elements and therefore the different zodiac signs. So, for example, I have Doreen Virtue's Magical Unicorns Oracle cards. Beautiful deck. I guess I'll just kind of show you a few of the guys in here. I thought she did a really good job with them. I love the unicorns coming out of the ocean. I'm a very big on pictures, and I'm big on like aesthetics, and so the aesthetics here to me, they really do work for me, and they please me, and I love unicorns. And so the unicorn magical, and so the unicorns are of the east. They're of the season of springtime and the element of air. And I usually work with them when I am working with a Gemini, my Libras, and my Aquarians. Next up, I have the Oracle Dragon Fae. And I love this deck. I just kind of picked this deck up. It's really cool. You should totally go out and pick it up yourselves if you're into reading oracles and tarot. We have so many different pictures of different people, different dragon fae, different deities, and I feel like it really plays well on the element of fire. And this is located in the south, which is the element of fire, the season of summer. And I use this oracle deck for all of my Arians, my Sagittarians, and my Leos. Next up, and this deck, by the way, is by Lucy Cavendish. I want to try to present all the different authors that I use and just give them, thanks for kind of bringing this to life and making this happen. Next up, I have the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins Oracle deck. And this too is also by Doreen Virtue. It's a very beautiful deck. I love the ocean. I very much respond to the ocean. The water just calls to me. And of course, as people know, as you may guess, I use this deck for my Cancers, my Scorpios, my Pisces. Um, in a tarot reading, and then I have by John Matthews and Will Kingan. I have the Shaman's Oracle deck, and I have to say I do love the earthiness of this Oracle deck. Got stuff falling and tripping all over the place. I do love the earthiness of this Oracle deck, though. It's going back into ancient traditions and going back into a time of ancient shamanism, where the shamanic practice was the only practice that dwelt in this world. It was the first and foremost tradition, and I just felt like it was very necessary for my earth signs, my Virgos, my Taurians, and Capricorns, who are all about tradition, who are all about sameness and security, because it brings forth very practical values in which to integrate into the world of today. So I just want to also present, before going into the next three, that first of all, if you are someone who has earth and sun, rising and air, and moon and water, then you'll want to listen to these three, right? So in other words, this does correspond to your sun, your moon, and your rising signs when we're doing these oracle readings. I like to correspond to all three. Um, so if you have three different elements and three different in your 3 different aspects, in those 3 different aspects, feel free to listen to all 3 of these. Um, 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 if you just have 2 fire and 1 air, feel free to just listen to the 2. You're welcome to all. You're welcome to listen to all 4, and you're welcome to skip forward until we get to the next 3. And the next thing I also wanted to presence too was that I do use these in tarot card readings. So when I do a tarot card reading for someone, I will often give them an oracle divination at the end of that tarot card reading, something to kind of help them with their question, to kind of help to amplify and to give a healthy, more positive outlook on the direction, kind of help them out. And so I will do these in a tarot card reading as well. Now moving on to the next 3, I have the Angel Inspiration deck by Kim Dreyer. And this is a beautiful... I wanted to use this deck. This deck kind of came through. It really did come through as we all have our own angel guides and angel spirits, and this really came through really to just presence them, bring them to the forefront. They want to work with us all, and I just feel like throughout the month, if you have an angel guide that is guiding you, that you know of, even if you have your own angelic guide right now, I feel like these guys would be super helpful to have an add-on. You know, I don't think you can have too many angel guides, and so once a month, we divine one angel presents themselves, you know, and says, let's work with you this month, and I want to work with you this month. And the guide that is picked for the guide that is picked in each month is actually the one that, ideally speaking, those who follow the Oracle Council monthly reading we'll all kind of use these different angelic guides as our guides. So for example, one month we might use hope. Okay, and I've been really kind of thinking about building a forum, constructing a forum on my website where the different cards, the different guides, the different angelic guides we might actually discuss and bring to life how we found that, let's say we're using hope for 1 month, then maybe we could have like a forum where we talk about how hope has helped us throughout the month. The angel of hope has helped us throughout the month for the entire month. And then the same thing goes with the medicine cards, the power animals. These cards are by Jamie Sams and David Carson. They depict different power animals. Now, I have a couple of different purposes for these ones, okay? I like to use my power animals, my medicine cards, and my other power animal cards to... I'll randomly pick one out and discuss and talk about a certain animal and a certain power animal and how it can best help you in your world and your life. And medicine pretty much, in my understanding, means teachings and lessons from the natural world. It's a Native American term, from my understanding, and I could be totally wrong on that, but from my understanding, it is a Native American term that is used to express the teachings and life lessons of that come from the natural world. And so I like to use the medicine cards as well as a couple of other different decks with power animals for divination throughout the... This one's another monthly one, by the way, and so you use it throughout the month. This month, for example, you might work with the line. You might see how the line resonates with you. Some of these cards, they do allow you to kind of pick and choose which one. But, okay, here's a good one. You got the dog, you know, and you might work through with the dog and kind of journey to the dog and figure out how the dog resonates with you, and or kind of intend that you have, that kind of intend on a daily basis that the spirit of the dog is with you, and kind of see how it blends within your life and kind of how it helps you throughout your life, throughout the month. And then last but not least, please, oh, I'm skipping stuff everywhere, but please forgive me. I want to say this name, Linnea Weatherspoon, an artwork by Antonella Castelli. And I do love, this is one of the first decks that I've ever had, and I do love this deck. Okay, it's got the different astrology signs, and it also has the different planets. So you have the sun, you know, you have Libra, you have Venus there, and these are more our spirit energy that we're working with. The spirit energy of the sun, for example, is going to be radiant and beautiful, and it's going to be exuberant, and it's going to be kind of out here in the light and putting your best foot and putting who you are, loving everything about yourself, and the sun's rays, and so you're kind of working with those energies that kind of being the center of your own universe with the sun's rays. You know, you might come out with another one, and the other one, for example, might be Uranus. Okay, so Uranus, for example, is about revolution and rebellion, for example, and covers the higher heavens. And so this might be asking you to work more with your angelic realm. That the higher heavens, for example, are to question and kind of revolt and rebel against things that have been structured, and kind of tell you to break out, you know. And so these are the kind of, and so altogether they represent east, south, west, north, above, below, and within. They represent the elements of air, fire, water, earth, light, shadow, and spirit. Okay. And I just found that it's a very effective way to bring these decks together and kind of keep it and kind of have a reading for all of my signs, all of my zodiac signs, all of the zodiac signs, in one reading, plus different allies and guides that can work with us throughout the month. And it is monthly, so it'll be done on every first of the month. You can probably check it every morning. So, you know, I do a daily oracle reading. I do a daily oracle reading that involves an entirely different deck of cards, but these guys specifically, they wanted to be used for their own special purposes, and they also wanted to come out once a month. My angelic guides, I intuit them, so this is kind of on a personal, these two are very personal, for example, and I use them to come out whenever I might have questions that are referring to something that is maybe an angel can kind of help out with. Anyway, so now you know why I have decided to go with the Oracle Council. It honestly, the idea just came up in my head and just said, yep, I'm running with it. I mean, the spirits really did talk to me on this one, and they really did say this was a great idea, so I'm going with it. You will see more of this every month. I hope that you stay on and join, and I might in the near future create a forum where we might be able to get together and talk about how these different energies have assisted in helping us, and you're welcome to get involved in that if you like. Continue to follow. I will continue to follow, and I will keep you updated. All right, have a great one. I hope.